What's good, everybody? This is your boy, MPEG, and for the last couple of weeks I've been playing this. Yes, I've decided to start the series with a review for Tales of Kenzera, Zao, as it really made some buzz in the gaming community and I thought it's worth checking out. Little did I know I was going to hate it, but hey, let's talk about some positive aspects as well. Welcome to MPEG Reviews. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so first, for those of you who don't already know, Tales of Kenzera is this fairly new game in which the player dives into the mystical world of Kenzera, and they are greeted with some really cool visuals that bring this magical realm to life. I have to say, it really felt cool at the beginning with all the vibrant blend of watercolor textures and crisp, animated characters. But, if I'm really being honest here, it got really old really quickly. If we were to focus on the bright side, I would have to say that the standout feature of this game is, by far, its compelling storyline. Now, I'll try not to spoil it for you, but the narrative is filled with intrigue, betrayal, and heartfelt moments that will keep players invested in the fates of the characters they meet. The voice acting, again, top-notch, with a cast that brings depth and emotion to the dialogue, enhancing the storytelling. And just to give you a little spoiler here, but I promise, it's just a small one, through the character of Zao, we are witnessing something that, unfortunately, touches every single one of our lives at some point, and that is one's personal journey through grief. And I found that to be interesting and somewhat unique, especially for a game that looks like, well, like this. Another thing that stand out for me was the soundtrack. They absolutely nailed it on that part. I feel like it perfectly complements the action on screen. The orchestral scores are both epic and soothing, setting the tone for the various environments players will explore. From the tranquil melodies to the 11 forests to the rousing anthems of battle, the music in this game is a feast for your ears. I promise you that. And, of course, we couldn't have a proper game review if we didn't talk about the gameplay. So, where do we stand on that? Well, this game offers a gameplay experience that revolves around the core concept of two masks, the Mask of the Moon and the Mask of the Sun. Players start the game with these masks and can switch between them on the fly. The Mask of the Moon allows for ranged attacks, and the Mask of the Sun allows for stronger, full-contact damage, each one having their own special attacks. This dual mask system adds a strategic layer to the combat, as players must decide which mask to use based on the situation and enemy type. So, before I give you my personal and honest thoughts on this, let's see what other game publications have to say about this. IGN praises the game for its touching story, inspired by African mythology, and its vibrant visuals. They note the game's mechanics intertwine with its themes, such as a key ability gained during a section that involves climbing a mountain. Metacritic provides a generally favorable score based on critic reviews, with comments on the game's evocative landscapes and score that combines traditional Bantu sounds with modern electronica. And the one that I lean towards the most is one that's coming from Game Informer that mentions the game conveys its somber themes with nuance and passion, although the gameplay doesn't always match the narrative's highs. Which finally brings me to my personal thoughts about it. After playing the game for a couple of days, it always felt like a struggle coming back to it. And for the sake of this review, I did. So I could make sure that you had my perspective on it as well. But to be fairly honest with you, if it wasn't for this review, I probably wouldn't have played it, and once I fully written the review, I was relieved that I was never going to play it again. Don't get me wrong, that's not to say I wasn't impressed by the storytelling, the graphics, and the efforts that the writers and the musicians put into this game, but telling you that this game is even enjoyable would be a far stretch, at least from where I'm sitting right now. So, how was your experience with it? Are you considering getting it? Please let me know in the comments section, and if you stayed until the end of the video, thank you so much.